place is better to be on a warm summer afternoon than this place right here. A bright, sunshiny day here at the ballpark. Just a Chamber of Commerce afternoon.
Spring sprints towards summer. A promise well kept. Summer has swagger. Summer is loud. 'Cause in the summer, we're free. And in the summer, we play. Summer is for the kids. And the kids at heart. Days get longer. Nights get warmer. But who cares about time?
History number 3.
In the summer, we're free. And in the summer, we play.
The bag got him.
In the summer, we celebrate. This game, this season, they belong to us. Along with the wish that this year, maybe summer, can last forever.
Daytime baseball here on MLB Network. Coming up, we've got a good matchup in store between the Cleveland Indians and the Baltimore Orioles. It's baseball on MLB Network, and it's coming up next. Alex Cobb, a Massachusetts-born right-hander, will get the start in this one. Dan Plesac, what do you got?
Hey, every team needs a pitcher like this one here. His numbers aren't going to blow you away. Career ERA just under 4. But one thing he does, he takes the ball every 5 days, throws strikes, and gives his team a chance to win every single time he goes out there. He'll be fun to watch in this one here today.
Here's Leonis Martin. He will lead this one off today.
Leonis Martin.
Here's the first pitch to him. And underway from Baltimore this afternoon as the first pitch misses for ball 1.
First pitch, 4 o'clock.
Now the 1-0 is in there for strike 1. Just a perfect afternoon for baseball. 80 degrees under clear blue skies. Now the 1-1 pitch is swung on and missed, and that's strike 2.
1 and 2.
The 1-2. Here's a pop-up now. Davis over to his right, and that's the first out of the inning. Now a moment here for the Indians starting lineup. Dero, what's your take on this team today?
Well, Matty, if I could tell this lineup one thing, it would be let's get on this guy early. Day game in this ballpark, the sun starts glaring, starts getting later in the day. Those shadows start creeping in right around the time that bullpen starts getting warmed up. Got to find a way to scratch a few across early.
And as the second baseman, Jason Kipnis. Lifetime history with Alex Cobb. He's gone just 2 for 13. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And a called strike down in the zone. 0-1. Kipnis, or Kip for short. He's in the midst of his 8th major league season. Oh, and this at-bat is quickly moving from bad to worse. It's 0-2 now.
After that swing, you just got to reset yourself. you still have a strike to work with, and you can't be thinking about how silly you just looked on that last pitch.
A ball and 2 strikes to Kipnis.
Yeah, and if you get a guy flailing at a pitch like that, heck, you're going to go out there and throw that same pitch till he proves he can lay off of it.
The 1-2. Line toward the alley in left center. And that's into the outfield for a 1-out base hit.
Hey, if this pitcher's going to live in the outer half of the plate, then you're going to have to dive out there and get it. And that's exactly what he did. Hey, that's a heck of a job right there, going the other way after seeing 3 pitches on the outer half.
Stepping in now, Jose Ramirez, as the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball, 1-0. The 1-0. Yanked on the ground down the line, but a foul ball, 1-1. The 1-1 is in there for strike number 2. And there are our umpires calling balls and strikes is Mr. Ed Drummond.
Yeah, Matty, we got a good one behind the dish today in Ed Drummond. Well liked by all people, pitchers, batters, managers. All you want as a player is the ability to talk to someone. And that's what Ed does. He gives you that.
A swing and a drive sent out toward the gap. Into the bleachers and gone. So it's a 2-run shot to right center, and with it the Indians have taken a 2-0 lead.
Well, when it left its bat, I didn't think it had the height to even clear the fence. Shows you how much I know. That thing was a laser shot that just kept going and going and going. Wow, that was impressive.
Here's Carlos Santana now, as he'll go after the first pitch to him and comes up empty. It's strike 1. Still only 1 out in the inning. Just behind the fastball there. 2 strikes now.
I'd be shocked if you saw anything else but a fastball right here. He's blown those first 2 by him. Don't give this guy a chance to speed up his bat with something off speed.
The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Rolled slowly down the third baseline, but this will wind up foul. Still 0-2. Can't get him to chase. It's 1-2.
As a veteran pitcher, he knows if he's going to have success in this one, he's got to establish that pitch in to get those guys to respect it and open up that outer half of the plate.
The 1-2 is taken for ball 2. Full count, 3-2 to the Indians DH.
That was another good pitch and a tough call that could have gone either way. He couldn't get him to bite on it again, so the count's gone from 0-2 to 3-2.
On a line, that's a base hit. Santana will take the turn and head for second now. And he's in there easily at second with a 1-out double.
One team's dream inning is another team's nightmare, right? That's their 3rd hit of this opening inning. This one a double. That's got to have the pitcher pretty upset out there, and the manager wondering how long he's going to go on this one.
Here now is Jake Bowers as he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike 1. Lifetime history with Alex Cobb. He's gone 2 for 6. Nothing in 1 count. Here it comes. In the dirt here. The throw will go to third. And, oh, they say he beat the throw safe at third.
That can be a tough read as a runner on second to see if the ball has gotten away enough to move to third. You have to be sure you can make it. He was there, and now he's only 90 feet away.
The 1-1. And he gets a piece of it here, but it's chopped foul. Santana takes his lead at third with one away. And that's a swinging strike three in the dirt. And he makes the throw to first. Bowers is retired, 2 down now.
Good pitch there, and that was a nice job by his battery mate to complete the play at first after the ball hit the dirt.
And next will be the versatile Tyler Naquin, as he'll take one on the inside corner at the knees. It's strike one.
Nope.
Now a good pitch around the knees, but it doesn't quite catch the bottom of the zone. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. 1-2 now. The 1-2. Right side, but it's well foul. He'll try again. 1-2 to 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Fastball, and it's strike 3 called. Oh, that looked inside, but instead it's the 3rd out of the inning. Bottom of the 1st coming up from Oriole Park. It's now 2-0 Indians. Corey Kluber, a right-hander from Alabama, gets the starting assignment. Dan Plesac, what's the word on him?
On comes former Cy Young Award winner Corey Kluber. Might have the best right-handed breaking ball in baseball. Great velocity too, 94 to 96, and he'll throw that comebacker that he'll start at a left-hander's hip and bring it back over home plate. Big overhand breaking curveball. Not a true curveball, more of a slurve, but it's nasty. He does have a changeup. If he has all 3 of his pitches, he's nearly impossible to center.
And that misses for ball 1. The 1-0. High in the air out to center field. Martin able to take it in for the first out. Now a moment here in Baltimore for the Orioles starting lineup. Who stands out to you, Danny?
You know, man, a big part of the offense is Mark Trumbo. He's an imposing figure with a bat in his hands. Always seems to turn in a good at-bat, and he can do a lot of damage when he barrels up the ball.
Ready now for Baltimore, Jonathan Villar. Lifetime against Corey Kluber. A number of meetings. He's 1 for 7. First pitch of the at-bat. First pitch cutter that's by him for strike 1.
0-1.
Skied in the air to straightaway left. Allen is there, and he brings it in for the 2nd out of the inning.
Batting third, the left fielder, Trey Mancini.
And here's the big right-handed power threat, Trey Mancini. No one aboard for him, and 2 gone here in the first. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Lays off 1-0.
I don't know why in the world anybody would want to be an umpire. That manager is giving this umpire an earful on a pitch that he thought was a strike, and he's certainly trying to defend his pitcher.
Skied into straightaway right. Naquin's under it. And that ends the inning. Nothing across here this half. On now to the top half of inning number 2. It's the Indians 2 and the Orioles nothing. In now for Cleveland, Roberto Perez. He'll get us started in the top of the second.
One of the keys to securing a win, they want to keep the pressure on and try to build that lead as much as they can moving into the later innings.
Here comes the first pitch. And he fouls this one off. Boy, in a perfect spot for the splitter there. It's 0-2. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And he'll take the fastball here inside off the plate. It's 1-2.
Boy, it's hard to sit on an 0-2 fastball. I think that pitch just locked him up a bit. But lucky for him, it was just a little out of the zone.
And he'll lay off the curveball that's in the dirt that time, and it's back to even now at 2-2.
Hey, I don't mind those pitches down below the zone trying to go for the strikeout right there. But you find yourself in a 2-2 count right here. Interested to see what he goes to.
Fastball didn't miss by much, and it's a full count now, 3-2. The 3-2 pitch. Count still full, 3-2. Another payoff pitch. And he'll finally just wear him down as this one swung on and missed for the first out.
Okay, here's how the Birds line up today on defense. And let's spot shadow first baseman Chris Crush Davis. Doesn't get enough love for how soft this guy's hands are. Constantly picking middle infielders left and right. We get it. He's got power. But look for him to make a nice play on defense as well.
Digging in the switch hitter, Greg Allen. Lifetime history with Alex Cobb. He's a .333 hitter. First offering on its way. A swing and a shot hit down the corner. And that's going to wind up hooking just a bit foul, so a missed opportunity there. That's in there. And he's deep in the hole now, 0-2. Lofted in the air out toward right center. And he'll lay out to make a spectacular catch. Wow. Well, sometimes you see diving catches that happen because of a bad route, but that certainly wasn't the case here. That's an exceptional route efficiency as calculated by ShowTrack, and it's evident it was a big reason why he was able to lay out and bring that one in. Here's Max Moroff standing in. Batting left-handed here as he takes a look at strike one. He'll work on keeping this top of the second alive. And this catches the zone as well. It's 0-2 now.
These are the at-bats that can just flat out frustrate you. You go up there with a plan to work the count, and now you find yourself down 0-2 scratching your head because every quadrant's open for the pitcher now.
Indian shortstop behind 1-2 in the count. Pitch is piling up, 44, and he's not clear of the second yet. And it's to 2-2 now with the bases empty and 2 gone here in the inning.
Kind of pitching him backwards in this AB. Soft stuff early, then those last 2 were fastballs trying to get it right by him.
Here now the 2-2. Doesn't get the zone. Count full now.
Boy, went from being in the driver's seat to now being in some trouble. Had the count 0-2, started nipping at the corners, and the next thing you know, this count stands at 3-2.
Another full count pitch on its way. This one's down to third. Throw on to Davis takes care of him, and that'll end the inning. So they're held in check here this half of the inning. We'll go to the bottom half of inning number 2. It's the Indians 2 and the Orioles nothing. So now the Oriole cleanup hitter, Mark Trumbo. He's set to lead off the home half of the second.
Hey, we're still in the early stages of this one. They're only down by a couple of runs, but it's really key for this leadoff guy to try to get on and get a big inning started.
Here's the first pitch to him. Grounded to the right. And he'll step on.
Time for a look at the Cleveland Indians defensive setup today. And manning second base, none other than Jason Kipnis. This guy likes to get dirty. He's also known as one of the best hitting second basemen in the game. Really solid on the defensive side as well.
Here's Chris Davis now. Lifetime against Corey Kluber. He's got 2 hits in 17 at-bats. He's gone down on strikes 8 times as well. Not close with that one. It's way above the strike zone. To the Orioles first baseman.
Well, it's 2-1 now, and we haven't seen a fastball from him in this at bat yet. As a hitter, you've probably got to sit on that right now.
Bases are empty, 1 man out. Fly ball right down the line and left, and no one will track it down. Good fight to that sinker as he gets him to swing through it for out number 2.
Well, I'm glad we get another look at that beauty of a pitch right there. You can't spot a sinker in a better location because even if you do get the bat on the ball, there's not a whole lot you can do with that. Textbook sinker.
Rio Ruiz to the plate now as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. He'll try to make something happen with 2 gone in the bottom of the second. Now a ball lined to the left side. Foul. Kluber sets his sights, looking for the strikeout here on 0-2. And he goes up the ladder on him, but he lays off 1-2. The 1-2. Grounded up the first baseline. But this is a foul ball as the count holds steady at 1-2.
He's just having a hard time putting this guy away. 4 foul balls in this AB. I don't think this pitcher has got something that he can get a swing and a miss on.
Hard sinker misses 2-2.
I got to commend him for being a really tough out right now. Not everyone will battle like this with 2 outs and nobody on.
The 2-2. High in the air out to center field. Martin will get there, and he puts it away to retire the side. 3 up, 3 down for the Orioles. They're down 2-0. Welcome back. Here's Heidi Watney with a report as we get set for the top of the third. Heidi?
Matt, I talked with manager Terry Francona during the break about his thoughts on the Indians' hitters to this point. And flat out, he was very pleased with the quality of their at-bats. It's still pretty early in the game, but they've seen a lot of pitches already, and he thinks the 2 runs they've pushed across so far is just the beginning, given the quality of the at-bats they're putting together.
All right, thanks, Heidi. Digging in for his second at-bat, Leonis Martin will step in to lead it off for Cleveland. He'll be followed in the order by Jason Kipnis. First pitch on its way. There's the fastball that gets the lower part of the zone, called for a strike. Crowds him a bit with a fastball there, and it's to 1-1. 2-1 now to the Tribe's leadoff man.
Hey, I hope that call doesn't throw him off his game right here. He's been pitching one heck of a game, and I'd hate to see the umpire get in his head right now.
Now the 2-1. Waves and misses for strike number 2. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Mullins is camped under this one. 1 down.
The batter, number 22, second baseman, Jason Kipnis.
So 1 man gone for Cleveland here in the third. And standing in now, the power-hitting second baseman, Jason Kipnis. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Hit sharply on the ground. Reined in. On to Davis at first, and there are 2 away.
Now batting, third baseman, Jose Ramirez.
Trying to pick things up where he left off, Jose Ramirez. And remember, he hit that 2-run homer his first time up.
And that's been the entire offense so far in this one. They've been shut down other than that.
Breaking ball that time that misses out of the zone. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. And a strike to even the count. 1-1.
Watching him on the mound, I'm really impressed with what he's doing right now. He's been really aggressive and confident over the last couple of innings.
2-1 to Jose Ramirez. Trying to shave that outside corner with the fastball, and he missed it. It's 3-1 now.
This is where you cash your checks right here. 3-1. You're one of the best hitters in the game. You live for situations like this.
3-1. Here it is. This is pulled into right. But a little unlucky there as it's hit right to him in right field for the final out of the inning. Down in order go the Tribe. They're up 2-0. That'll bring in Joey Rickard. 7, 8, and 9 to start the home third.
Not much going on offensively so far for these guys. 6 up, 6 down. We'll see if the bottom part of the lineup can get something going.
Well, the home crowd seems a little restless, so I'm sure they'd appreciate it. Here's the pitch.
Ball one.
And a ball 1-0. Two and 0 now. Cut fastball is in for a strike. 2-1.
Well, that's a tough pitch to take right there, right down the middle. But I think that happens when you're facing a good pitcher like this guy. The last thing you're expecting is one right down the pipe. And unfortunately, he let that one go. And he'd like to have that pitch back to take a good swing at that one.
And he misses low here, so the count goes to 3-1.
You know, when you haven't gotten a guy on base yet in the entire game, a 3-ball count kind of feels like a little mini rally. Let's see if he can get on.
And good patience exercised as he works out the walk to lead off the home half of the third.
They haven't been able to register a hit against this guy, but at least they have a base runner here. We'll see if that leads to something.
Escobar.
Here's Alcides Escobar, the shortstop. Lifetime against Corey Kluber. He's collected 11 hits in 63 at-bats. And he's gone down on strikes 21 times. From the stretch. Just able to get a piece of that for strike one. He's set. Here's the 0-1. And a sinker dips too low there. Into the dirt, in fact. Now the 1-1 pitch. Takes a pitch for strike number 2. Rickard gets his lead at first. Nobody out.
Ball.
1-2 is the cut fastball, but he holds back 2-2. Here now the 2-2. This is line to left. But he'll hardly need to move out there in left as this is hauled in for the first out.
The pitcher, 10, Cisco.
And that'll bring up the catcher, Chance Cisco. First pitch coming. Here it is. There's the cut fastball, but it's low. 1-0. Good cut fastball in there. 1-1. Now a ball grounded to short. This could be 2. Kipnis. Relay to Bowers, a double play, and that's how the inning ends. We'll see Carlos Santana when we come back. 3 innings complete. It's the Indians 2 and the Orioles nothing. So next it'll be the 4-hole hitter for the Tribe, Carlos Santana, as we begin the top of the 4th.
Carlos Santana.
Here's the first pitch to him. Fastball well outside. Now the 1-1 pitch. Gets a swinging strike.
The count is 1-2.
Inside and a hair low. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Outside in a full count, 3-2. Jake Bauers will be next. Looking to fade his first walk. Here it comes. Swing, and there it goes. He got all of that ball and gone into the right field bleachers. Oye como va. It's a solo home run for Carlos Santana, and the Indians move in front now, 3-0. I'm sure you know what's coming after that bomb. That's right. Let's check it out on Show Track. And as the numbers come in, we see it was projected at over 450 feet. An incredible home run to watch.
The first baseman.
Into the box, Jake Bauers. As he'll take one up in the zone, but indeed in the strike zone for the first strike. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. In there, and he's ahead 0-2 now.
Let's see if he continues to climb that ladder, or does he try and get him fishing on something bouncing in the dirt.
3 runs, 4 hits. No errors to this point for the Indians. Now a fastball up around the shoulders, but it's strike 3 called, and a questionable first out of the inning.
Well, that call looked like it was a little in the pitcher's favor, but it wasn't outrageous. Hey, listen, calling balls and strikes is a really tough job, and even the best are going to miss some from time to time, especially when they're sort of borderline like that last one. Not sure the hitter would want to hear that, though.
Standing in now, Tyler Naquin. As he comes up empty on a pitch right down the middle for strike 1. 0 for 1 after he took a look at strike 3 in his first plate appearance. Good fastball as he gets the swing and a miss.
Yeah, Matty, not only is this guy using all 4 quadrants, he's elevating, getting their eye level up with a quality fastball.
3 runs, 4 hits. No errors to this point for the Indians. And he won't offer it that. Too high, 1-2.
He tried to climb the ladder right there, and I don't blame him. Now he's got those sights elevated. Don't be surprised with something off speed.
Launched to right field and deep. Rickard racing back on the warning track. He makes the catch.
Now batting, the catcher, Roberto Perez.
Ready now, Roberto Perez. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up. First pitch on its way. Fastball just misses. That's ball 1. Looked like the fastball got away from him there. It's ball 2. Skied in the air to straightaway left. Mancini is going to have room out there as he puts this away to retire the side. Indians pick up 1 thanks to this at-bat from Carlos Santana. Bottom of the 4th coming up. It's 3-0 in favor of the Tribe. Coming to the plate now, Cedric Mullins. He'll start things out here against Corey Kluber.
The center fielder, number 3.
Third baseman in tight, protecting the bunt. The first pitch.
Nope.
Looked like the sinker there dipped a little below the knees. Outside with the cut fastball there, and it's a 2-ball count. outside. 3-0 now.
Well, knowing the threat this guy poses if he gets on base, I think the next pitch should be a challenge pitch. You don't want to give guys that can run a free chance to cause havoc out there, especially the leadoff guy.
Taken, and that one catches the bottom part of the strike zone.
This guy has been throwing the ball so well, and that's exactly why. He has such a feel for that secondary pitch. He can flip it over whenever he wants and get back in the count.
And that misses for ball 4. It's a leadoff walk that starts the bottom of the 4th.
Well, they haven't been able to scratch a run across yet, so maybe this walk will jumpstart their offense a little bit.
Ready for another chance. Jonathan Villar flied out in his first at-bat, so make him 0 for 1 so far. From the belt, kicks and deals. First pitch fastball off the plate there, and it's ball 1.
This is a tough spot here to turn 2 off this guy at the plate. One of the things you really have to make sure defensively to make sure you get at least 1 out. Don't try to turn that double play. If you get the sure out at second, take that. If you get it at first, well, that's just an added bonus. But make sure you at least get 1 out in a spot like this.
1-1.
That is such a tough pitch to lay off right there, but you have to find a way. There's nothing you're going to do with that low sinker except foul it into your shin or hit a ground ball to the left side.
The 1-1 home is swung on and missed for strike number 2. Mullins aboard here at first with nobody out. Boy, good cutting action to that pitch as that's the first out of the inning.
It's always nice to keep a guy that has good wheels off base, and that's just what they did right there. Big strikeout, keep that guy off the base path.
Into the box now, Trey Mancini, as the first pitch misses high and inside for ball 1. So far, 0 for 1 with a flyout. The 1-0. Slapped hard the opposite way, but this enough for him to run it down in shallow right for the second out.
The batter, the designated hitter, Mark Trumbo.
And now the designated hitter for the Orioles, Mark Trumbo. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Kluber pauses. Here's the first pitch. Check swing, but he held up in time. Ball 1. Orioles still looking for their first hit of the ball game. Cut fastball misses downstairs, and it's 2-0 now.
You thank your lucky stars when you get a chance to hit behind a guy with as much speed as he has on first base. The entire defense is on guard, and you know probably there's a fastball coming.
Now the 2-0. 3-0 now.
If I'm managing this hitter right here, he doesn't even have to look down at the third base coach. You know he's got the green light. He's one of the best hitters in your lineup.
Here it is, the 3-0, and that misses ball 4, so it's first and second now with 2 out.
He did not want to let the hitter off the hook with 2 outs, and now he's got a runner in scoring position to deal with.
Chris Davis.
Now at the plate, Chris Davis comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. He's set. Here it comes. And he lays off there 1-0.
2 walks in this inning already, so he can't expect to stay out there much longer. If he puts somebody else on, we'll see if he can find it.
1-1 the count to Chris Davis.
You know, the old adage is you never throw a lefty down and in because their ability to turn and burn, and this pitcher's taking that to heart. He is throwing everything away right here.
Trying to hang a 0. Here's the pitch. Fouled away. The 1-2 is a sinker that misses for a ball. 2 men are on with 2 men out. Oh, a fastball swung on and missed, and for the second time today, he's gone on strikes. A couple of walks, but no damage. More baseball on MLB Network right after this. Striding in for the Indians, Greg Allen. He'll start off the 5th in this one.
Number 1, Greg Allen.
Here's the first pitch to him. Fastball just misses. That's ball 1. The 1-0 home. There for it, Escobar. And the 5th inning will start with a ground out, 1 away.
Now batting, the shortstop, Max Moroff.
So stepping in, Max Moroff. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Fastball in there for a called strike. Looks like a lefty and a right-hander throwing in the Baltimore bullpen. 1 out, nobody on. Oh, 1 is a splitter that misses for the first ball. Hit down the line at first, but a foul ball. 1-2 now. The 1-2 gets him looking. Strike 3.
I'll tell you, he's showing no signs of tiring right now. Still looks razor sharp from what I can tell, so I think he might last a while longer if he can keep this up.
Martin.
Now back to the top of the lineup. Stepping in, Leonis Martin. He's popped up in his first plate appearance and flied out last time around. He's ready. Here's the first offering.
Nope.
Now a good pitch around the knees, but it doesn't quite catch the bottom of the zone.
Ball.
2-0.
2 balls.
He may be down 2-0 after those first 2 pitches in this AB, but those are pitches he can feel pretty good about. They did miss by a whole lot, so it's not like he's all over the place.
2 out, nobody on. Well hit deep down the right field line, and he will get there to make the running play, and that will end the inning. Indians go down 1-2-3. They lead it 3-0. Welcome back to Baltimore as we send you down to check in with Heidi Watney.
Matt had a chance to discuss the state of the Orioles offense with their manager between innings, and overall he's really happy with the at-bats they're putting together. They've already worked out 3 walks, so he feels as though that kind of willingness to let the opposition work themselves into trouble will continue to result in good things for them on the scoreboard.
Good stuff, Heidi. Thanks. Stepping up now, Rio Ruiz.
Leading off
He leads off from the bottom of the 5th as they look to break through on the scoreboard for the first time in this one.
Yeah, baseball is a game of adjustments, and it's time they start making some. They don't need to change their entire approach necessarily, but now is maybe when they start thinking about ways to get the guy on the mound out of his rhythm a bit.
First delivery to him on the way. Sinkers in there, no balls and a strike.
Quite an interesting outing up to this point as we head into the middle innings. He's pitching quite well, but you look at his first pitch strike percentage, less than 40%. That's going to be something he's going to need to clean up moving forward.
A ball and a strike now. And the Orioles have their first hit of the game.
Dan, you have to love it when your defense picks you up right there, keeping him at first base.
Boy, D-Roll, that looked like it had extra bases written all over it. Great job by the left fielder to get to that ball and get the ball back in, keeping that to a single.
So digging in now, Joey Rickard. He drew a walk his first time up. Here comes the first pitch. There's a breaking ball that couldn't quite catch the inside.
That's a tough pitch to throw right there. That front door curveball just missed hitting that inside corner. That's a very difficult pitch. I'm not sure if he wanted to get that one down and away, and unfortunately that one stayed inside.
And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0. Now the 2-0. Too tight with that one. 3-0.
This inning hasn't started ideally for him on the mound, but here on 3-0, you have to have the mentality that you're only a strike and or a ground ball double play away from getting back on track.
And he'll just make him throw one over here. 3-1. Ruiz on at first, nobody out. Three-two pitch. Good swing on a tough pitch, and he'll stick around to see another one. He'll try it again. 3-2. Fouled off.
Don't be shocked if this pitcher tries to go a little bit further outside the zone. 3 foul balls in a row. He wants to get a swing and a miss on this next pitch.
A payoff pitch one more time. Is a swing and a miss. That's strike 3. There's our line score through the first 4.5, and these guys have basically had the bats taken right out of their hands. Just one hit to this point. Standing in, Alcides Escobar hit it hard but lined out in his first at-bat.
Yeah, Matty, it's always a little frustrating when you square one up. You hit a solid line drive like he did, and all you have to show for it is a jog back to the dugout. That can get in your head for a little while.
Sinker runs outside to start the at-bat. 1-0. Runners on first with one down. A bouncer up the middle. He's got it. And a glove flip for one. On to first as they get the double play to get him out of the inning. Orioles held in check there. They trail it here 3-0. Tanner Scott takes over to start the 6th inning on the mound.
Now pitching for the Orioles, number 66, Tanner.
Ready once again, Jason Kipnis. A hit in 2 tries so far.
Jason Kipnis.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. And that misses low and away. Ball 1.
Hey, great take on that slider away right there. But I'm thinking in that situation, that pitcher's got to execute a little bit better. That was almost a non-competitive pitch. Being outside, you could almost have let that one go right out of his hand.
2-0 now. Too high, and it's 3-0. Now the 3-0 offering. Tough pitch to lay off, but he did, and it's ball 4, so the leadoff hitter is aboard to start the 6th.
Well, that is definitely not the way to start an inning. One thing to give up a walk, but to do it on 4 pitches is pretty alarming. He looks a little thrown off right now.
Jose Ramirez will stand in here, but before he does, let's take you back to the very first inning. This was a 2-run home run right out of the gate that really got these guys off to a fast start. From the stretch, here's the pitch. And this is taken outside for ball 1. And now a right-hander up and throwing in the Baltimore bullpen. A runner at first with no outs here. Fastball got him to swing through it. It's 1-1.
You know, hats off to the pitcher right there. You got a great hitter at the plate. It's early in the count, and he wanted to get ahead. Nice challenge pitch right there.
The 1-1. Liner toward right center. And that finds the outfield grass for a base hit. And they've really got something going here. Runners at second and third to start the inning.
Now batting.
Hey, they weren't going to keep this guy down for long. That's the ebbs and flows of a baseball season. Bottom line is this guy has bat-to-ball skills. You knew he was going to get hot eventually.
And it looks as though the decision makers in the dugout will give him a free pass to first, so the bases are loaded here on the intentional walk, and the force play is now in order.
Jake
Digging in once again, Jake Bowers, 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts for him so far. He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Pulled hard, but it's foul down the first base side.
The pitcher has to find a way to minimize damage here. Maybe take 2 outs for 1 run. Who cares? Get a double play, pop up, strikeout, something to get you back in this inning.
A 1 pitch on its way. A little too much bite on the breaking ball that time as it's well off the outside. The 1-1 misses, ball 2.
So he threw the slider darting away to him 2 times in a row. Now I don't think he'll go for it again. I'm looking for something hard inside on this pitch.
Kipnis at third. Ramirez on second. Santana on at first with nobody out. Nipped the corner. 2-2. The 2-2. Neither guy willing to give in, and the at-bat will continue. The 2-2 pitch. Swing, and he popped him up over in foul territory back behind third. Ruiz is over, and he puts it away for the first out.
The right fielder, number 30, Tyler Naquin.
So bases are loaded. Nowhere to put him with one away. And into bat next, it'll be Tyler Naquin. Here's the first pitch to him. Fastball taken, but that gets the zone for a strike.
Hey, that's got to throw the batter's game plan off a little bit. He thinks sinker's coming. Double play situation. He gets the ordinary fastball. He's got to be thinking what's coming next.
Way inside with that one. A pretty easy take there. Lays off the slider that time. 2-1. Slowly hit to first. I don't think they can get two. Escobar. One's all they were ever going to get, and the inning will continue.
Looked like that might be an inning-ending double play off the bat, but that was some great hustle to beat the throw at first. Keeps the inning alive, and more importantly, he gets an RBI because of it.
In now, Roberto Perez. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball one. 0 for 2 for him to this point. A ball and a strike.
I kind of like the aggressive attitude right here. I know he's in a jam. What does he do? He goes to his best stuff, and that's the fastball.
Looking to minimize the damage here. Sinker misses that time, and it's 2-1.
I think if he executes that pitch on the corner instead of off of it, he probably gets some pretty weak contact, if anything. He jammed him pretty hard on the previous pitch, so my bet was he was going to try to cheat on the inside part, thinking it might be coming again.
Ready with 2 balls and a strike. And, ooh, that strike zone's getting a little inconsistent now. It's 2-2. Now a fastball swung on and missed, and that is out number 3. Indians forced to settle for 1. On to the bottom of inning number 6. The Tribe lead this one 4-0. Now in the box, Chance Cisco. He'll start things out in their half of the 6th as they look to shake things up here for a lineup that, quite frankly, has been non-existent today.
No doubt about that, Matt. They've been completely overmatched to this point. 1 get through 5 innings. I mean, what else can you say about the pitching they faced other than it's been fantastic? We'll see if that continues as we approach the later inning.
A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1. 1-0. The 1-0 home. Sinks below the knees, taken for a ball. A swing, and this ball is blasted to right field. Nothing's going to keep this one in the ballpark. Into the flagpole and gone. Solo shot here to straightaway right field. As they get on the board, it's 4-1 now.
Well, they're still down, but this homer right there might light a fire under the whole team. Give them a spark to climb back into this thing. We'll see if this gets them going.
Stepping in now,
Number 3.
Cedric Mullins. And a first pitch swing. He hits a fly ball to left center. Martin is after it. He's there and records the first out.
The batter, the second baseman, Jonathan Villar.
In now for the O's, Jonathan Villar. It's been an 0 for 2 effort for him to this point. First pitch coming. Here it is. Up and in there with the first pitch fastball. It's ball 1. Called strike at the knees. Evens the count at 1-1. Bases are empty. 1 man out. Just off the outside that time. Laid off for a ball.
Ball.
3-1.
Well, this next pitch is a big one. The last thing you want to do is give a free pass to a guy that can run like this. He's a real burner out there on the base paths.
The 3-1. And it's fouled away. 1 out, nobody on. Good bite to that sinker as he gets him to swing through it for out number 2.
This inning didn't get started the way he'd hoped with that home run, but I've got to give him credit for flushing it and coming back here to get strikeouts on the last 2 guys. He's acting like it didn't even happen before.
Into the box, Trey Mancini. As the changeup to him drops in there for the first strike. 0 for 2 from him so far in this one. Kluber sets his sights. 0-1 on its way. A swinging strike, and now it's 0-2.
Hey, I got to commend him a little bit. Leadoff homer, and now he's 1 pitch away from getting out of this inning without any further damage.
Still no balls and 2 strikes. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Sinker misses, and it's 1-2 now. And the cutter got him swinging. Strike 3, and the side is retired. Orioles get a run thanks to the long ball. 8, 9, and top of the order coming up to start the 7th. It's the Indians 4 and the Orioles 1. Welcome back to baseball on MLB Network. 7th inning coming up with the Indians on top. But before we get any further, let's check out our game summary for the first 6 innings. Mike Wright Jr. is on to pitch from the bullpen now to start inning number 7.
Number 43, Mike Wright Jr.
Ready for another shot now. Greg Allen. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far.
Greg Allen.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Fastball swung on and missed. Ready with the 0-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss at the fastball, and he's behind in the count 0-2.
2 mid-90s fastballs right there that he doesn't seem to think he can catch up to. I wouldn't be shocked if he came right at him again with another good one.
Ground ball right side. Villar fields it cleanly, and the throw to first is in time, so the leadoff man is gone here to start inning number 7.
Not a lot you can do with that pitch. That fastball just ate him up inside and gets the soft grounder for the out.
Digging in to try it again, Max Moroff. He's 0 for 2 thus far in this one. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. And he fouls this one off. The windup and the 0-1. And it's 1-1. Now the 1-1 pitch. Misses for the second ball. We're in the 7th now. 4-1 our score to this point. Won't go after the 2-1 sinker, and it's 3 balls and a strike now.
Well, this has been a good job to work the count from 0-1 to 3-1, and now he's really in the driver's seat to see a heater that he can do something with.
And he takes ball 4, so a good job out of the 9-hole in getting on base as we go back to the top of the order.
The center fielder, number 2, Leone.
So the batting order turns over now and set to go Leonis Martin. He struggled at the top of the lineup in this one, hitless to this point. First pitch of the at-bat. Squared that one up just a little late. Moroff, base runner at first with 1 out. That's over, but low. It's a ball and a strike. One and 2.
And I get where he's going right there. Sinker, and then pull the string back a little bit with that nasty changeup. But if those fall in the same quadrant, look for someone to get on top of one and crush it.
The 1-2 is a fastball that misses. Runner at first here, 1 man out. And you can tell he wanted to hold off, but he swings through the inside pitch anyway, and he becomes out number 2. That was a nasty looking slider that time.
Yeah, that was really well executed, Matt. A classic strikeout pitch. You think it's fastball middle in, then it starts bearing in on your back leg, and unless you hit it out front, there's nothing much you can do with that.
Into the box now, Jason Kipnis, as he'll take a look at ball 1. In previous meetings with Mike Wright, he's 1 for 3. The 1-0 down the first baseline, but a foul ball. 1-1. A runner on first with 2 away. Very high. 2-1. Lifted the other way down the left field line. And this will wind up a foul ball. Here's the 2-2. Grounded back up the middle. VR at the bag, and that retires the side. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and a runner left on. Get up and stretch here in Baltimore. It's the Indians 4 and the Orioles 1. Here's Mark Trumbo now. He's batting cleanup in this one, but we'll get us started here in the inning as they look to wake up the bats.
Yeah, not much to get excited about with just a single notch on the scoreboard, but you have to give credit to where it's deserved. The pitching on the other side has been really impressive.
Here comes the first pitch. Starts him out with a sinker that's inside. 1-0. Some action out in the bullpen. Couple of right-handers starting to loosen up. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. In there, and it's even at 1.
1 ball, 1 strike.
And this is hit hard to the right side. Foul. And he'll lay off the curveball that's in the dirt that time, and it's back to even now at 2-2.
He's got him on the ropes at 2-2, but I don't think he'll try to get him out with another curveball. He's seen it already a couple of times, so it's not going to surprise him anymore.
Line towards center field. Martin is there, and he has it for the first out.
Good contact to start out the inning. Thought he might be on base with some sort of a hit, but it hung up there too long. Just unlucky that time.
In now, Chris Davis. As the first pitch to him runs a bit inside for ball 1. No hits to this point. On and in.
We've seen him go down on strikes more than once in this game, so this has been a better approach by him at this at bat. Much more patient, and he's gotten himself into a good hitter's count.
Had a rip at the 2-0 sinker, but came up empty at strike 1. The 2-1. Doesn't hit the target. It's ball 3.
You know, you don't always have to straight challenge a guy on a 3-2 count. With the 3-run lead, no one on base, this is the perfect situation to do it. No reason to nibble and possibly set up a big inning.
And that misses as Davis will reach. It's ball 4.
Well, when you've been out there as long as he has, you have to expect to lose a little precision in your location. He's up over 90 pitches now, so he might be starting to tire a little bit. Something to keep an eye on.
Into the box, Rio Ruiz. Last time through was a base hit. First pitch on its way. There's the cut fastball, but it's low, 1-0. Runners on first with 1 down. Hit back up the middle. That's through, and he's now 2 for 3 in this one.
Hey, you know what? Right there, he executed a pitch. He can't worry about where it's going. He just wants to put it on the ground right there, give his defense a chance to work, and it found a home period at the end.
At the plate, Joey Rickard. He represents the potential tying run if he can launch one or find a way around the bases.
Yeah, Matt, I kind of doubt he's thinking about going yard, even though that would be the best result they could hope for. He's not a long ball threat, and he knows it, so he could just be looking for some way to keep that line moving.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. And a first pitch sinker is over for strike 1.
Hey, this guy's pitching pretty well as we're rolling into the late innings. It's interesting, though. His first pitch strike percentage, less than 40% so far on this one.
Line hard. And he struck him out.
Boy, he's just been setting him up and knocking him down all afternoon. We've seen a lot of punch-outs from him where he didn't get much resistance. 3 pitches right there, and see you later.
Standing in now, Alcides Escobar, as the first pitch to him is taken low and away for ball 1. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far. ball and a strike to count to Alcides Escobar.
Ball 2.
Well off the inside that time as the sinker misses for a ball. Next pitch will be number 100 for him now through 6 2/3. Davis at second. Ruiz on at first with 2 down.
Ball 3.
3-1.
Time for him to attack on the mound. He knows this team's struggling offensively. Don't mess around and try and nibble. Just be on the attack and let them beat you.
There's a swing and he sends a ball high in the air into left field. That one is out of here. This game is tied. So a 3-run blast to straightaway left as that'll pull him even at 4 apiece.
Looking at that pitch again, you can see he just flat out missed his location. You put that pitch right there and he's going to tattoo it. Now we're all tied up again, starting this thing all over.
Here comes the Indians manager to make that slow trip to the mound. And a change is in the offing as that'll be all for his starter this afternoon. Certainly did his job here this afternoon, but he'll have nothing to show for it as he'll be credited with a no decision. Oliver Perez takes over pitching duties, looking to get that final out now here in this 7th inning.
Oliver Perez. Now batting, catcher,
Into the box, Chance Sisco. Fouled away. A hit in 2 tries for him so far. Ball 1 taken just off the inside. A ball and 2 strikes to the Baltimore backstop now. The 1-2 is a swing and a miss. That's strike 3. But the Orioles push across 3 on the strength of a 3-run home run. We'll march on to the 8th. All even now at 4 apiece. Now at the plate, Jose Ramirez. And this tie ball game is a battle of the bullpens now, and I'm sure you're enjoying that, Dan.
Bullpens are such a big part of baseball now, Matt. All these teams have such good 7th, 8th, and 9th inning guys. It all boils down to whose bullpen is better.
First pitch coming. Here it is. And here's a fastball called for strike 1. As we near the end of this one, it's clear the long ball has played a big role in today's outcome. Dan, D-Row, what are your final thoughts on what we've seen?
Yeah, just non-competitive pitches in some big situations, Dan, and the offense took full advantage of it.
You know, D-Row, one of the things about pitching is you want to have location, and it was obvious in this one today that the pitchers weren't on point, and what happens when that happens? Hitters make you pay. The long ball was a big part of this one here.
So now Carlos Santana, 2 hits and 2 trips for him thus far. First delivery to him on the way. In there, strike 1.
Okay, I see where this guy's going, right? He wants to pitch backwards, a little 0-0 curveball. Don't be shocked if this hitter's sitting all over that same pitch right here.
Bases are empty, one man out. Now a fastball. Oh, strike three called on a pitch that looked inside. Instead, it's out number 2.
Now batting, the first baseman, Jake.
Settling in now, Jake Bowers. In previous meetings with Mike Wright, not a big sample size, 0 for 1. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. And he starts him out with a strike on the outer half. Swing and a miss, and he's quickly in the hole. 0-2.
Swung underneath that pitch, so he was either trying to elevate the ball or he was expecting a pitch to be a sinker and drop more than it did.
Popped up. Ruiz is under it. No trouble with this one, and the inning is over. Down in order go the Tribe. Still all square at 4 apiece. So the lineup flips over, and digging in, Cedric Lawrence. It was a flyout for him in his last trip.
Number 3.
First pitch of the at-bat. There's a breaking ball, but it's laid off and doesn't find the zone.
Oh, not sure where that one missed, and I'm not sure the pitcher does either.
A ball and a strike. Action going on now in the Indians bullpen as they have a left-hander up and getting loose. The 1-1 is taken for strike 2.
We're seeing quite a few pitches up from him right now, and that can obviously be dangerous. A cold strike there, but he might need to lower his sights a little bit.
On he pops it up, drifting just beyond the infield. Bowers will stay with it as he backs up and puts it away. One gone.
The batter, number 2, second baseman, Jonathan Villar.
Stepping up to the plate, Jonathan Villar. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. Here's the first pitch to him. Good late break to the slider here, but he takes it in on the hands for ball 1. And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0. The 2-0. 3-0 now. That one's in there. 3-1. The 3-1 pitch. Sent out to straightaway center field. Martin on the move. He's got it. A nice play there. 2 away.
Now batting, no left fielder, Trey Mancini.
At the plate, Trey Mancini. He was sat down on strikes in his last at-bat. First pitch on its way. First offering to him stays upstairs. It's a ball and no strikes. Ready with the 1-0. Lays off again, and it's 2-0.
Wait for the pitch.
Lofted in the air out to right field. Naquin's under it. And that's the 3rd out. 1, 2, 3 go the Orioles. This game's all tied at 4. Stepping in, Tyler Naquin. He reached on a fielder's choice previously.
Number 30, Tyler Naquin.
Here's the first pitch to him. Grounded to first. And he'll step on first himself for the out.
The catcher, number 55, Roberto Perez.
So striding in, Roberto Perez, 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts for him to this point in the ball game. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Lofted in the air out toward right center. Rickards under it. He's got it, and there are 2 down now.
The left fielder, number 1, Greg Allen.
Now batting, Greg Allen. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. First pitch of the at-bat. Off the plate and away there. 1 ball, no strikes. Action in the bullpen now as a right-hander begins to throw out there. A ball and no strikes. Try to bunt for a base hit here as he gets this one down. And he won't take any chances on that one as this is scooped away in foul territory for the first strike. Now a bunt attempt here, but a foul ball. 1-2 the count now. This is skied into short left center. Mancini has it in his tracks, and that retires the side. Indians go down 1-2-3. Score remains tied at 4. Next will be the designated hitter, Mark Trumbo. He'll lead things off against the same reliever that finished off the last inning.
Well, you don't see in this day too many relievers going multiple innings, but guys have to earn that trust from their managers. We'll see how he handles it here.
First delivery to him on the way. Fouled off. The windup and the 0-1. And there's ball 1. Now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. The 1-1. Taken, strike 2.
He might want that pitch back, up and away. That's a pitch you can really drive if you have the right approach towards that opposite field gap.
Pitch on the way. Look out. That one almost got away from him. 2-2 now. The 2-2. A swing and a shot hit down the corner. Oh, and that nearly sent us home and sent this crowd into hysterics, but it'll wind up a foul ball. High in the air out to center field. Martin able to take it in for the first out.
First baseman, number 19, Chris Davis.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Chris Davis. 0 for 2 for him to this point. Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. And, oh, looked inside, but that's ruled a strike. 0-1. And a pitch in the dirt as he lays off. It's 1-1. Pulled toward right center field. Under it is Martin, and that's out number 2.
Now batting, third baseman, Rio Ruiz.
Striding in once again, Rio Ruiz. He reached on a single last time and later wound up scoring. Here comes the first pitch. They set the target in, and this finds the inside corner for strike 1. 2 out, nobody on. Down and away, ball 1. The 1-1 pitch. A ball and 2 strikes now. Here's the 1-2. And there's a fastball well off the plate inside. The 2-2. There's a fastball well off the plate for a ball. Joey Rickard would be next. Here's the payoff pitch. He got him. Lively fastball that time, and it puts an end to the inning. 3 up, 3 down for the Orioles. Still all square at 4 apiece. Mike Freeman is up off the bench to pinch hit here, so we'll see what he can do to begin the extra frames.
Number 6, Mike Freeman.
too high that time with the inning's first pitch. It's ball one. The 1-0. Ball two.
He doesn't look like the same reliever right now, but listen, this is his 4th inning of work, and there aren't very many relievers that can go 4+ innings and be rock solid all the way through.
Now the 2-1 pitch. Sent foul again, and after being way ahead, now it's even at 2-2. Sent on the ground out to second. VR scoops it up. Throw to first gets him. One out here to lead off the 10th.
Now batting, the center fielder, Leonis Martin.
In now, Leonis Martin, struggling so far in this one and looking to erase his 0-for-4 ball game right here. First pitch on its way. There's a swing and a drive hit well out to right field. Wickard going back on it, but he can't get to this one. It's off the wall. And he is into second base with one away as the go-ahead run.
The batter, number 22.
Wow, he was willing that thing to get out of here. Would have given them the lead right here late in the game, but it ends up hitting off the wall, and he heads into second with an extra base hit. We'll see if the next man up can come through in the clutch here.
So a big moment in the ball game here. Jason Kipnis, and he could very well get the intentional pass here, as that would set up a potential double play ball that might keep the game tied. Here's the first pitch. And a fastball misses here to start the at-bat. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Now a line drive, and that may be enough to break our tie. That's down for extra bases. Now this rolls all the way to the wall as he arrives at second without a play, as they jump ahead with a run scoring on the play.
Dan, you'll take RBIs any way you can get them, but when they give your team the lead in the late innings, man, that feels good.
Oh, it especially does, especially when you start to score runs late in the game off of quality pitching, when runs are at a premium. That's what makes you feel really good about yourself.
Stepping in now, Jose Ramirez, as he'll take a tough pitch on the outside part of the plate for strike one. A couple of RBIs for him already, and a chance for more here. Oh, 1. Here's the pitch. And this one's in the dirt. And he's going to make it up to third here as he advances on the wild pitch.
Well, he has nobody to blame but himself. With one out, a runner on third can come home to score all sorts of ways. That's why, as a pitcher, you have to execute pitches even better when there are runners on base.
And a sinker dips too low there. Into the dirt, in fact.
Got to believe the manager didn't have this in mind when he went to the bullpen. This reliever's got to step up right here. It's starting to tickle a little bit after getting hit around early.
Kipnis stands at third with one gone in the inning. Fastball laid off well below the knees.
He's gotten himself into a little bit of trouble out here. Middle of the order up in a run-scoring situation, and now he might have to challenge him. Going to have to make some good pitches here.
He's set. Here's the 3-1. So there's ball 4. And it wouldn't surprise me a bit to see the next guy get 4 wide ones as well.
Just a nice piece of hitting right there, especially in extra innings. He didn't try to win the thing by himself or be a hero. He just patiently worked the at-bat until he earned the walk. We'll see if his teammates can pick him up now.
For the plate now is the designated hitter, Carlos Santana. And he's got runners at the corners here with only 1 gone. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Pulls the string on that one. 1 strike. Bunt attempt, but this one might have too much on it. Throw to first in time, but the safety squeeze there gets him a run.
Wow, a perfectly executed safety squeeze right there, and that's such a tough play to defend when it's done right. It can be risky, of course, but not as much as the suicide squeeze. Good call from the dugout on that one.
Pedro Araujo, a right-handed reliever standing 6'3", gets the ball now out of the bullpen.
Pedro.
Jake Bowers will be his first assignment upon entering, as he'll bat with the runner in scoring position here and 2 away. Trying to keep the deficit right where it is. The pitch. Strike 1 to start the at-bat.
That fastball must have a little late life on it, because that was right in the wheelhouse and he still wasn't able to get good wood on it.
On its way, the 0-1 pitch. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. 2 out here and a runner at second. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Mullins will get there, and he puts it away to retire the side. So it's 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and a runner left. So now we'll see if these guys can get even in the bottom of inning number 10. Cleveland's out in front, 6-4. Mike Freeman will stay in the ball game as a new shortstop.
Now playing shortstop, number 6.
Brad Hand enters the game here an inning later than usual, as he'll try to close this one out in the 10th. Into the box now, Joey Rickard. He struck out swinging in his last trip to the plate.
Yeah, and he didn't put up much of a fight either, Matty. Gotta find a way. Can't go down 3 pitches. I don't care if you're staring at him or swinging at him. You have to find a way to make this pitcher work a little bit harder.
1 ball, no strikes the count. Swing and a miss as he ramps up on the fastball. 1-1. The 1-1 home is strike 2 swinging. Lifted down the line in left, and that will end up a foul ball. The 1-2, and it's fouled away. And he struck out again. That's the 3rd time he's gone down on strikes in this one.
He put up a pretty good battle at the plate right there. They finally get him on a 1-2 pitch, but you could see that he wasn't laying down without a fight. He really made the pitcher earn that strikeout.
In now, Alcides Escobar. As with one away, he can't make contact on the first pitch. It's strike one. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. A swinging strike, and now it's 0-2. Stays alive, still 0-2. Here comes another 0-2. And he strikes him out as well. So make it back-to-back punch-outs here to the first 2 men he faces out of the bullpen.
No problems for him on the mound since he's come out of the pen to start this inning. That's back-to-back Ks, and he's making it look pretty easy. This has the makings of a good outing so far.
Now at the plate, Chance Cisco. He went down on strikes last time up. First offering on its way. A high fastball is in there. Swing and a miss, and he's in control. 0-2.
He's one pitch away from striking out the side, but even more than that, to throw a donut up after your offense put up some runs, I can't tell you what that means to the boys in the dugout.
Baltimore down to their final strike. Oh, he went for the knockout pitch that time, but a good eye. 1-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that'll do it here as the ball game is over.
Hey, it took them an extra frame to do it, but hey, they're not going to complain as they lock up a nice road victory here in 10 innings.
6-4 the outcome today. Oliver Perez gets the W on the mound. So that just about does it for Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, Heidi Watney down on the field, and the rest of our crew. I'm Matt Vasgersian. Thanks for watching MLB Network.
The final line score for this afternoon's ball game. For the victorious Cleveland Indians, 6 runs, 7 hits, no errors. They left 5 men on base. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 10 minutes. Thank you for joining us here this afternoon. And we remind you to please drive home safely.